Hey guys, good morning. So this is my Xtract Thunder version 3. This is a 48 volts scooter um, with 15 Ah battery capacity. So for this video, guys, I'm going to show you how I upgraded my Thunder V3 with an external battery. I think this is not just applicable to this scooter, but in general, this is applicable to all other brand or models of scooter. So I've been using this scooter, guys, for 3 months already. This is already tested and proven. I already gave this to my son. He's using this daily on his daily ride going to school. This is the 15 Ah battery, the built-in, and what I place inside is the battery extender because when I bought the battery extra battery, the configuration it is longer, so I swap it. I place it inside, and the main battery I place it outside. So no need to worry about rain because I clearly instructed my son not to use the scooter if it's raining or even if it's cloudy, the weather is not good. Since I already installed this one, I'm going to tear down just for the sake of sharing to you guys what I did to upgrade the battery. So I'm going to remove everything, discuss what are the things, tools, and wiring I use to make this external battery. But before anything else, guys, don't get fooled or scammed with the battery that are being sold online. I've been seeing a lot of batteries online claiming they have 30 Ah, 50 Ah, even sometimes 90 capacity. But if you look at the picture, the battery size is very small. So this is just a tip of, guys, say for example this is a 18650 battery. To produce 48 volts of this battery, you need at least 13 pieces of this on series configuration, and that's only the voltage you want to, because this is 18650, this is 3.7 volts. So if you want to come up with a 48 volts, you need to multiply this. You need to have a series of 18 batteries just to come up with a 48 volts, and that's only the 48 volts. To add the amps, you need to have another set of 13 pieces of this on parallel so that you can times to the AH. So if the good quality or the good quality brand of 18650, as far as I know, can only produce at least around 3 AH. If you see any batteries online being sold claiming they have 30 AH and the size of it, by looking at the size, it's very small, then that's a scam. You can see here, I already placed the battery. This is the 15 AH 48 volts battery. What I did, I placed a support here and another support here just to secure the battery, and then I have a Velcro tape. This is just a DIY. You can do, any hard casing or whatnot. This is a water bottle bag from the mountain bike, and it works. So these are all the tools that we need in order for us to upgrade our battery. We have here the 48 volts 13 AH battery. We have cable organizer. We have Velcro. This is optional, but just in case if you need to organize your cables and all of that, so you need a Velcro, a cable tie Velcro. And this is the XT60 plug, male and female. I have 2 of this one. This is for the external battery. That will be, we will have a line going in our deck so that the external battery will be connected to our controller. So we have 2, and this is the XT60 female to male. We have 2. These are connected with parallel configuration, and we have one parallel again, which is which is male to female, and we have one set of T-plug. So again, just to recap, we have 1 meter of this is silicone wire, 14 AW, 1 meter. We have the XT parallel connectivity, female to male. We have female to male, and we have male to female. So you can buy this online, or you can just buy the XT plug and assemble it yourself. This is all available in our local online shop. It's called Lazada or Shopee. You can buy this one. So this is our deck. We already opened it. We already removed the battery. So guys, this is the internal battery. As you can see here, this is 48 volts, 15 Ah, and as I mentioned, our external battery, which is 48 volts, 13 Ah. It's quite big because the configuration is just one. It's only 2 layers, so that's why it's longer. But our battery, it's 4 layers. So the thing is, it will not look good if we're going to place this outside. So our plan is to swap it, put this inside in our deck, and have the 48 volts 15 Ah outside to be our external battery. So right now we're going to remove our battery so that we can have a readout on how many voltage this is. So first thing is we're going to remove the T-plug. This is for the charger port. Then we'll remove the supply, the XT60 supply for the controller, first controller and the second controller. So once that's removed, then we're going to test this now, how many voltage this is, so that we can compare to the other battery if it's the same voltage. So we have our voltage meter here. We're going to set this to DC. Okay. Place that in the middle. And let's check how many voltage we have in our external battery. So the reading shows we have 51.8 volts already loaded in our battery. So that's 51.8, and our battery is the other one, the same. We have 51.8. Alright, so we have 51.8. So this is already calibrated. So before we're going to connect the two batteries, we need to make sure it is on the same voltage. So if we're going to buy the external battery, and once you test it, the voltage is either high or low, you need to charge it, fully charge it, then the other one fully charge it so that it will match the same capacity. Or you can just drain the battery, but it's easier for us to charge it. So once this is charged, it will level out, it will have the same voltage, then that's good to go to connect. However, you can still connect two batteries even if it's not the same voltage, as long as the same capacity, the same voltage. You can still do so, but the most recommended is to make sure both are the same voltage, so that it will not have the BMS will not have a hard time syncing. So the battery works is, say for example, if you have the current flow is like water. This is just an example. This is a glass of water. So for example, this battery has only 50 volts and this battery has 52 volts. So once you connect that, it will balance itself. Just imagine that these two glass of water, these are the batteries, and the water here are the load, the load of the battery. So just imagine if there's a tube here at the bottom. So once you charge this one, once you connect this one, the water, if the tube, the water, this will balance itself like that, like so. So but you know, our BMS will work to balance this, the load. That's why it's advisable that the battery should be in the same voltage already, so that, you know, the BMS will not have a hard time balancing the load. So right now we're going to test connecting two batteries right now. So we're going to use this one, since this our extender battery, this is female and this is female, so we're going to use this one, which is male, female to male. So we're going to connect this like so. So this is parallel, guys, and like so. So both batteries are now connected. So we're going to test what's the load, and the expectation is we're going to get a reading of 51.8 volts. And since this 51.8 volts, 51.8 volts, so the reading should be 51.8 volts. See? So the reading is 51.8 volts. So these two batteries are now connected and already balanced. As I mentioned, guys, we're going to install this battery, the 13Ah battery, so because it is longer and it doesn't look good if we're going to place this outside. So right now we're placing this in our scooter. Unfortunately, the Xtract Thunder is not the best on the cable arrangement here, so we'll just make sure to arrange it once we install the battery, arrange everything, and but first things first is we're going to clean the deck. Just to make sure that our battery will be secured inside the deck, we're going to put a double-sided tape, a 3M double-sided tape. So we already placed our battery. This is already secured. We have some foams here. We can, put them on the areas that has space. Okay, like so. So you guys, you can arrange the wiring if you want to, based on your scooter's arrangement of the wiring. The important thing, just for the sake of this video, the important thing is you need to have this two XT60 male. This is for the controllers to be exposed, and also the T-plug for the charging port. So because since this will be our main connections from the battery. So guys, we already did our best to arrange the wirings. So this is the best we can do. So time to cover this one up with a rubber mat. So again, I'm just covering this so that you'll be have an idea what are the connections. So this one, this is from our battery. This is for the T plug for the charger, and this one is the supply from our battery, and this one, this is for the DC controller. There's no marking which is the front or back controller, but you know, we care less about this one since we're not touching the controller. We're just touching on the supply for the battery. So this is for this controller, and this is for the controller. So the rest of the wires, we'll just hide them, you know, let's not expose them. So the next part is we're going to have the connectors for the controllers to have a Y, so that it will be connected to the batteries. So we'll be using the XT connectors, female to male, two of them, female to male, since our connector from the controller are male. So we're going to connect this one now. This is for our first controller and for our second controller. So this one will be connected to the battery, our deck battery, and this one will be connected to our external battery. Same goes to here. This one will be connected to our deck battery, and this one will be connected to our external battery. So here, guys, just for this testing, we're going to connect our battery now. So since our other battery, which is our supposedly extension battery, which is now our deck battery, only has one output. So to make this two output, we need to have another parallel, which is male to female. So the purpose of this, guys, is just to have two outputs on our battery. So we're going to insert this now. So for our extension battery, 13H battery, so we now have two outputs. We just have a parallel connection. Since our main battery, which we're going to be the extended battery now, we'll be placing this outside, has two output, right? So this is the common question. The main battery has two output, and if we're going to buy a battery online, it only has one output. So don't worry, guys, because the battery, this is just a parallel connection. Same thing, the BMS has only one output, so they only connected this in the same. Okay, guys, so now time to connect the controller to the batteries. So first we're going to connect the first controller. We're going to connect the second controller. So both controllers now are connected to our first battery. The next is we're going to connect the other battery to the controller now. Okay. So this one, like that. So both controllers now are connected to the first battery and the second battery. Now looking at the voltmeter, so we are now on 51.3 volts. We upgraded our charger from the 2 amps charger to 5 amps charger, so we need at least fast charger since we already have 28 AH in total of our battery capacity. So you can charge the battery
um, to either of the ports, either on the port, but charging port in the deck, or the charging port from our external battery. Once you attach that, the both battery will just balance itself, provide load or provide charging to the external battery and the deck battery. So that's the most common question is, do we need to charge the external battery and the internal battery? No need. Once you charge either of the batteries, the BMS will balance itself and charge both batteries.